There's one main thing you should really do whenever you get back from a backpacking trip. One of them, obviously, is unpacking your bag, right? But when you're unpacking your bag, you should make two separate piles. One pile should be the things that you used at least once on your trip. The other pile are things you didn't use on your trip. Whether it's an overnight backpacking trip or a multi-day, you will know what you used and what you didn't, so make two separate piles. After 3 trips, any backpacking trips, notice the pile of things that you didn't use and leave those things at home. I know there's scenarios that may pop up where it'd be nice to have them, but they haven't popped up in 3 trips, so leave them at home. Except for one thing. That one thing should be your first aid kit. Now, this is the first aid kit that I use right now on trail. I made a video about my first aid kit a couple of years ago. You can check out the video right up here, but it's evolved since then because I found that the ailments that I have on trail really aren't that major, and I've slimmed down the kit quite a bit to accommodate that, and it's lighter and it needs less things. And I'll go through these, and then I'm also going to show you a first aid kit from Surviveware. They were kind enough to send me their small one, and we're going to dive into that today as well. The bag that I keep my first aid kit in is an Opsak. It's a odor-proof, very durable Ziploc bag, really. I put a decal of the Red Cross on there so you know instantly that this is a first aid kit. Now these bags are very durable, waterproof of course, and I'm just going to pull everything out of here of what I keep. These you can buy right on Amazon. I'll put a link of where you can get these down in the description of the video here. Right off the bat, an assortment of band-aids. Nothing crazy, only a few. There's a couple of just regular standard band-aids. I have a couple of fingertip band-aids. 2 knuckle band-aids, I don't know if you can see that. And then just a couple of larger bandages, just in case there's a larger area that you need to cover. I found that these come in, they come in handy quite a bit, so I put 3 of them in here. I have some tear tape, repair jackets, things like that. Alcohol wipes. I have some thread, just in case I need to sew something up, and I'll show you where the needles are here in a second. Moleskin for blister protection. A little roll of Leuco tape for blister protection, and I just have this in like a little plastic tube. A little bit of foam here, and then in this, I have 2 needles, and I stuck them in the end of an eraser here. But I just keep that in here, stuff that in there so it doesn't fall out, but there's the sewing stuff there. Carry some medical tape along with some Gorilla tape. A few Stera strips here. Here's another regular old band-aid. And then here are some of the last items right here. Emergency chapstick. If you don't have chapstick on trail, that's like the worst thing ever. So I keep an emergency chapstick in my first aid kit. Some Rolaids, take care of the tummy. A small classic Swiss Army knife. I used to carry bigger scissors and a bigger knife, no longer need them. This is for very little things, but most importantly if I need to cut the tear tape, I have scissors in here and that works really well. Medical tape, anything like that. And then just an assorted package of pills. I have some regular ibuprofen in here, some Tylenol in here, and the blue pills, these are actually Advil PM. They're not those blue pills, so relax. But this is everything I keep with me now on trail, and it's something that I don't use all the time, but always comes with me. And the whole thing weighs, I'm not sure how much this weighs. I'll leave what the weight of my first aid kit, I'll just leave it like somewhere down here so for you gram weenies out there. But let's take a look at the small first aid kit from Survivewear. the fine folks over at Surviveware, they contacted me a couple of times. First time I wasn't interested. The second time I started to see what they had. And I know first aid kits is always something that's needed at times where it's needed, right? So I said, yeah, I'll check out the first aid kit. I'll dig into it and see what happens. So they sent me this, but while I was looking at their shopping online, I did find that they had these biodegradable wet wipes. When you're on trail, it's nice to clean up, especially if there's no water source or anything like that available. You clean up the sensitive areas when you get to camp before bed. It's a real morale booster. It also helps keep, you know, some of your top quilts and sleeping bags from, you know, getting too dirty. But these things, I've used them on my recent Badlands trip. I plan on taking these also to my next trip coming up here in about a month. But these are big. They're big. They're durable. They're awesome. I really, really like these things. Now this is a there's 32 pack. It's a big pack. And I want to say that this is $9.99, something like that. So 10 bucks. Obviously, you're not going to pack a bag like this, you know, with you. I usually take a few that I'm going to need for the day, put them in a Ziploc bag, and call it good. Now, I do know that Surviveware has these in single individual wrapped packets. Now, Surviveware, if you're watching, those little individual packets, that's something I would use on every trip. I can throw them in my bag, call them good. I don't have to worry about more plastic bags and stuff like that. Keep this in the car, you know, so you can clean up before you ride home. But for individual packs on the trail, those things are awesome. I'll leave links to Surviveware down in the description of this video. Check that out. All right, let's take a look at the first aid kit. Now it comes in a Ziploc bag on its own. And this is the first time I'm opening this thing up, so we'll see what it's about. I know first impressions, this is something I would never take with me on a backpacking trip. It's just too big, and I'm sure it's very functional. It probably has everything in this, but if I was going to go on a canoe trip or a trip with like a large group, a kit like this could come in handy. This would go awesome in a vehicle, in a classroom, just to keep in your house. Situations like that, a kit like this would be awesome. So there's a little zippered pocket right in front here, and they give you just a little personal medicines bag. I imagine if you have any pills that you need to take, medications, they actually give you little tiny Ziploc bags. That's actually pretty cool. That's exactly like my pill bag in my first aid kit. That's kind of cool. That's right up front. There's a Velcro strip right here, so you could probably put that on a belt or strap it to the outside of a pack. And it's almost like a molly webbing on here as well. So, but the outside, it's very durable. It's like a Cordura nylon, I imagine. It's got ripstop in it. Little hang loop right there. But let's dive in and see what we got. All right, so it opens right up, and you have, you know, a little coupon, thank you for purchasing kind of thing. But here it is right here. It has all kinds of stuff in here, and the organization is really nice. Right here it tells you there's hypoallergenic tape to secure dressings, medical tape essentially. You have adhesive dressings for minor wounds. So adhesive dressings, I imagine, are Band-Aids. It's got a CPR kit. That's interesting. It's a tag. It says CPR right there. That's kind of nice. And in here you have, looks like a face shield with a little ventilator valve there. So it's just like a little bag for first aid. You also have some nitrile gloves in there, which is kind of nice. And then right in front, there's a little elastic pocket. I imagine you can store some stuff in there as well. Oh, actually, no, you can pull that right out. Your CPR kit, you can pull right out of the kit and take it with you. That's pretty cool. Behind here, tucked away, you got some safety pins. Everything's tagged. Look how the organization is. It's even tagged safety pins. See that? Shears. It says right there too. So behind it you have some medical shears. Pretty sweet. Behind the medical shears, I'm just going to get in real close. Check this out. You have tweezers. You have interprobes. I don't even know what interprobes are. But splinter probes, not linter probes, splinter probes. So small tweezer little thingies and the big tweezers, this kit's pretty impressive. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna tuck some of this stuff back in here. Put the CPR kit. I don't know. I'm gonna keep this whole thing in my car, 100%. There's no reason why you shouldn't have this in your car. This is a pretty nice kit. Let's hop to the other side here. You got a little card right there. Youth or your small first aid kit has all the descriptions of everything that's in here, and it looks like you got a 15% off coupon for your next purchase. They did give me a discount code if you're interested in purchasing anything from Surviveware. I'll leave that discount code down in the description of this video as well. Pressure bandage, wounds, sprains, snake bites. What? So this is basically it's basically like an ace wrap. You got the little clips in there, so basically an ace wrap, and it stays just right in this front little pocket here. I love the organization, like all the little tags and everything's individually labeled. I get geeked out with when things have a place. That kind of gets me excited for some reason. I'm weird, I don't know. Skin cleaning wipes, hygiene. So I imagine it's going to be alcohol wipes in this pocket. Yeah. Alcohol wipes, antiseptic towelettes, all that in its own little bag, in its own little pocket. Wound closures. So here's a whole little kit of wound closures. These are going to be bandages, larger band-aids essentially, and probably some steri strips in there, stuff like that to help close wounds, obviously. Behind that, triangular bandage emergency blanket. So we'll pull this out. So a triangular bandage is exactly what it sounds like. It's a big triangular bandage. You can use it for packing wounds. You can use it as a sling. You can improvise a triangular bandage in a bunch of different ways, so that's pretty cool. And that's what this is right here. And then of course an emergency blanket, just a reflective mylar blanket. It just helps reflect body heat back to you. Lightweight, very packable. So that's pretty cool. And then behind here, behind everything, is a first aid guide. Instructions, on how to use all this stuff. Call 911, things to do about poisoning. So yeah, this is a whole kit. Everything you need. Now you don't obviously have to be a medic or a nurse, but having some cursory knowledge on basic first aid, having a kit like this is going to be better than nothing. Or better yet, if there is a emergency technician, at the site of accident, a nurse or an ER person, and you have this kit available for them to use, even better. Even better. I'm going to tuck all this stuff away. Emergency blankets, triangular bandage. Right down the center here, there's a little keychain flashlight. That's pretty cool. Oh no, it's a whistle. It's a whistle. Okay, don't blow really hard in it. That's too much pressure. A nice light pressure is fine. No problem. And also behind here you have a conforming bandage. This is a light gauze. This would be for wound packing, like this, or even if you need a wrap around the head or something like that, that could work really well. You have Q-tips. Essentially this would be to clean wounds, and not necessarily for cleaning ears and noses and stuff like that, but you can help clean wounds with that. And that stays right down the center. Throw the whistle down in there. That whistle's actually pretty cool. And that's the kit. All in it, packed together, very, very well organized. I wasn't sure what to expect, I'm going to be honest with you. This kit, yes, too large for lightweight backpacking, which is what I like to do. A kit that you should keep in your car, in your home, in your classroom, in your office, in your go bag, anything like that. This kit is awesome. It's not overly sized for those kinds of situations. Even an everyday carry bag, if you carry a backpack around or something like that, I mean, you can take this. But what you can do is you can take a kit like this, take the things you need out of it, and fashion your own little first aid kit if you wanted to. You can just part this out and use it as you need. That's an awesome kit. This kit is $36.95, I believe, on their website. They have larger kits and multi-group kits and things like that. This is just the smallest one that they offer. Now I would love them to get something like a backpacker's kit together. Something very basic, something very minimal, something similar to what I have in here, and keep it in a lightweight, compact package. Surviveware, if you did that, you'd probably sell a lot, but it is very easy just to make one yourself, to be honest with you. That's it. If you have any questions about this, leave those questions down in the comments below. I appreciate you watching. If you want to check out Surviveware, again, I'll put their link down in the description, so check them out. That's all I got, and if you haven't already, subscribe right down there. I greatly appreciate it, but be sure to get outside. It's camping season. Fall is here. Thanks for watching.